Ever wondered who was the first true jazz soloist? It wasn't Louis Armstrong. It wasn't even Jelly Roll Morton. It was Sidney Bechet. This beguiling figure, often overlooked, hails from the cradle of jazz New Orleans. Born into a musical family, Bechet's early life was steeped in a rich musical brew that would shape his extraordinary career. A child prodigy, Bechet was performing in public by the age of 6, a true prodigy indeed. From his humble beginnings, Bechet quickly rose to fame in the jazz world. Born in New Orleans, the birthplace of jazz, Sidney Bechet was destined for greatness. At a young age, he was already showcasing his musical prowess, mastering the clarinet with a passion that was impossible to ignore. His talent was undeniable, and soon he was performing in local parades, making a name for himself in the vibrant music scene of his hometown. His career took a turn when he discovered the soprano saxophone. It was an unusual choice for a jazz musician at the time, but Bechet was anything but typical. He embraced the instrument, transforming its sound into something entirely his own. The soprano saxophone became his signature instrument, a part of his identity that would set him apart from other musicians of his era. Bechet's talent was not confined to the United States. He ventured to Europe, where his unique sound resonated with audiences. He captivated listeners with his powerful solos and innovative style, commanding the stage with an energy that was both mesmerizing and exhilarating. His performances were not just concerts, they were experiences, a testament to the power of music and the magic of jazz. His collaborations with other jazz legends further solidified his status as a jazz giant. He shared the stage with the likes of Josephine Baker, the iconic entertainer, and Duke Ellington, one of the greatest jazz composers and band leaders. Together, they created music that transcended boundaries, uniting people through the universal language of jazz. But what truly set Bechet apart was his improvisation skills. He could transform a simple melody into a complex symphony of sound, weaving intricate patterns of notes that seemed to dance in the air. His music was spontaneous, unpredictable, and breathtakingly beautiful. It was jazz in its purest form, a celebration of creativity and artistic freedom. With his powerful sound and innovative style, Bechet left an indelible mark on jazz music. His legacy lives on, inspiring countless musicians and reminding us of the transformative power of jazz. From his humble beginnings to his rise as a jazz giant, Sidney Bechet's story is a testament to the power of passion, talent, and determination. But what exactly did Sidney Bechet contribute to the world of jazz, you may ask? Well, prepare to be enlightened. Sidney Bechet was not just a jazz musician, he was an innovator, a pioneer, and a trendsetter. His influence on jazz is monumental, and his contributions are nothing short of groundbreaking. Bechet's most notable contribution was popularizing the soprano saxophone. Before Bechet, this instrument was rarely used in jazz, but Bechet, with his relentless passion and unmatched skill, made the soprano saxophone a staple of the jazz genre. He played it with such dexterity and emotion that it almost seemed like the saxophone was an extension of his being. Bechet was also instrumental in the development of improvisation in jazz. He believed that jazz was a language of emotions, and improvisation was the best way to express those emotions. His improvisational style was characterized by spontaneous melodies and soulful rhythms, a style that many jazz musicians have since adopted. And let's not forget his recordings and compositions. Songs like Petite Fleur and Si tu vois ma mère have become jazz standards, inspiring countless musicians and delighting jazz enthusiasts around the world. But perhaps the most significant contribution of Bechet is the way he transformed jazz from a genre to a form of personal expression. He played not just with his hands, but also with his heart, creating music that was as personal as it was universal. His unique style and innovative techniques have influenced generations of jazz musicians, and his legacy continues to thrive. Sidney Bechet may no longer be with us, but his music and his influence are alive and well. This jazz maestro's legacy lives on, not only through the sultry tunes of his saxophone, but also through his profound influence on the world of jazz. Bechet's posthumous recognition is a testament to his enduring impact. He was inducted into the Downbeat Jazz Hall of Fame, an honor that cements his place among the jazz greats. But his legacy extends beyond accolades. Bechet's music continues to inspire a host of musicians, from fledgling artists to seasoned professionals. His distinctive style, his passion, and his unparalleled talent have left an indelible mark on the jazz landscape. The sultry melodies of Summertime or the spirited rhythm of China Boy still resonate with audiences, captivating them just as they did decades ago. Sidney Bechet, a true jazz giant, continues to inspire musicians and delight audiences with his timeless music. A man, a legend, a true jazz maestro.